Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we start a new series. Today we talk about we'll start to make a series of videos to talk about system design main concept and the basic aspects that you need, the basic subjects that you need to know in order to be able to go through a system design interview. In this course, um, we try to go through basic stuff in the system design elements and fundamentals like load balancer, cache system, um, database, scaling, message queue, and so on and so forth. This this course, it will be a set of videos. Each video will be like 10 minutes or maybe less than that, to make it easier for you guys to study it. So today it will be our first video. Today we will talk about first. It will be today. It will be the first part. We'll talk about single server setup. Set up. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure that is not happening like that. Okay. And make it white. Make it smaller. Yeah. Okay, so before I talk about this one, I want to I want to say something, that designing a system that supports millions of users is a challenging, and it is a journey that requires continuous refinement and endless improvement. In this series, in this course, we will build a system that supports a single user and gradually scale this system to serve millions of users. And after studying this course, you will master a handful of techniques that will help you to crack the system design interview questions. So first, we want to talk about the single server setup, and a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single set, and building a complex system is no different. To start with something simple, everything is running on a single server. So let's just try to create this one, and we will have right now a web server. Oh, let's make it. We have a web server. Let's put here. And we have a user. And this user could be mobile app for mobile or web browser. Okay. And let's just try to connect it. And oh, let me delete this one. And the web browser will try to connect with something called DNS. DNS. Why it's not white? Basically, we have these three main elements. And to start to understand this setup, it's helpful to investigate this and helpful to talk about the this flow. So basically, the web server, the user will try to connect with the DNS. DNS, it's short for domain name system. Okay, and it will try to, why everything it's dark? It tried to send it to the DNS, for example, the name that is known for example, www dot my website, API, for example, dot mywebsite.com, for example. And the DNS in return will send the IP address to the user, the IP address of the web server. Let's talk right now. It will be like 15.125.23.216, for example. And since the user got the IP address of the actual server that it wants to connect to, it will try to connect directly to the user, to the web server. Try to connect with the user will try to connect with the web server by the IP address, by this IP address, and in return the web server will return a response. For example, let's return HTML page. I guess we should make the let's make it 24. So so I'm looking at 24, so it will be easier for us to read. And yeah, so let's make this one like that, and let's make it the same way, because it will be better to be like that. So right now, let's just try to talk about what's going on here. The user accesses the website through a domain name system, such as api.website.com. Usually, the domain name system is a paid service provided by third parties and not hosted by servers. I will be honest, like, you will not be asked that much about the domain name system. However, if you are curious about the domain name system, we can see in conclusion. We can say in conclusion, the domain system stands for the DNS stands for domain name system, and it is a fundamental technology used on internet to translate human-friendly domain names into IP address that computers use to identify each other on the network. It's simple in simpler terms. In simpler terms, DNS is like a phone book for the internet, mapping easy to remember domain names like api.mywebsite.com to the actual numeric IP address. For example, this one that computers try to understand. So basically, computers connect with each other with the IP address, but we cannot memorize every IP address. Because of that, we use the domain name system. The domain name system gives every domain name IP address, so we only need to remember the domain name. So the user website. So let's talk about what's happening here right now. So the user access website through domain name, such as mywebsite.com. Usually the domain name system, which is the DNS, is a paid service provided by third parties and not hosted by our servers. We have the IP address. The IP address is the internet protocol. IP address is returned to the browser or mobile app. In this example, we have this IP address is returned. Once the IP address is obtained, hypertext transfer protocol HTTP requests are sent directly to the web server. The web server, lastly, the web server returns HTML pages or maybe JSON response for rendering some stuff. Next, let's examine the traffic source. The traffic to your web server comes from two sources. web application and mobile application. As you can see here, let me make it quite long. So web application is web application, it uses a combination of server-side languages like Java, Python, etc. to handle business logic, storage, etc. and client-side languages like HTML and JavaScript for presentation. The mobile application, it's use HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol is the communication protocol between the mobile app and the web browser. JavaScript object notation, which is short, it's JSON, it's short for JavaScript object notation, is commonly used API response format to transfer data due to its simplicity and due to its simplicity and lightweight, and actually it's everywhere. And let's give an example of that. Let's create an example here. So for example, let's say that we will make a GET request to, for example, we want to get users. So say that users, I want to get specific users. So maybe the pass to it is to pass the user. After that, let's to pass the ID of the user. And we retrieve user object with ID equals 12, and we get a response. Oh, bad. Oh, what did happen? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. We get a response. For example, we get the ID will equals maybe the 12, and we have the name will equals Muhammad Ali, and we have age 32, and yeah, this is it all right now. So this is the single server setup, and this is how it works. And basically we have a web browser. We have a user try to connect to web server, so it will connect with the DNS, and it will connect with the web server and send to with its IP address with HTTP protocol, and it will try to and try to use this API, for example, and it will expect to get this result as an example. And that's it for this video, and I hope you like my content. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video, and see you in future problems.